This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged episode. I have no idea. But before we get going, I'd like to big a shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Go over, mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $450 off, and they'll take really good care of you. Before I forget too, if you like this podcast, go over and check out some of our other ones like High School Hoops, Coaching Youth Hoops, 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast. If you're looking for that one defense that will work against anybody, the Funnel Down Defense Podcast, the Rule of 3 offense that will work at any level, go over and check those out. Leave a 5-star review. We would like those. But also go over and check out Teachhoops.com. For coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's everything. It's what I would have wanted as a 27-year-old basketball coach. It's a roadmap to success on and off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I'm a coach. I understand how it goes. Go over and check it out. Kick the tires around, see if it's for you. And if it's not, we'll part our ways and we'll say thank you and move on. But I guarantee you're going to love all the material. And the material we're always putting in teachhoops.com. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. And let's head off the podcast. All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach, how are you?
Hey, Coach, I'm doing
all right.
Yeah?
All right.
Hanging in there?
Yeah, I am.
Season's coming to an end soon.
Season never comes.
Well, hopefully, I was going to say season never comes to an end, and hopefully it doesn't come soon.
I wish the season came to an end.
You're in the back half of the season, I should say. You have... your state championship would be when?
March 22nd.
March 22nd. Okay, so
yeah,
you got two.
Got a month. Yeah, thanks.
It's only
probability of that is close to 0 than 1, unless we get a lot better. So anyway, for the people that know mathematics. All right, so our sponsors, Coach, give a big shout out to GC.
Yeah, coaches, check out gc.com/coaching youth hoops. It's one of those apps that I use every game to record player stats. And it also allows family members, no matter where they are, to tune in, see the games, see their favorite player. And now, the recent addition, you can create a highlight reels. Players can create them, coaches can create them, share with the team, highlight any situation that you're looking to improve upon, use it as an instruction in practice. So go check it out, gc.com/coaching youth hoops.
All right. We want to talk about our practice planner too, our practice.
Yeah. We launched a practice plan builder. Answer a few questions and magic happens. We spit out a practice plan based on your needs. We also provide some recommendations on how you can improve your players and your season. But you get a full season of practice plans just by answering a few questions, leveraging our years. I won't say how long because that'll age us.
A lot.
Years of basketball experience. Go check it out. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com for all the details. Look under products and look for the practice plan builder there.
All right. I agree. All right. So what are we talking about today, Coach?
Post-season evaluations. What do you do? What do you say? What's the purpose? This is player evaluation.
Player
but we can say,
evaluations.
hey, do you send out a coach evaluation too?
Yeah. So what are you talking about? The seasons. So describe to the listener what you're talking about.
So we're at the end of the season's over. You're doing a recap with your players. You might do individual evaluations. Here's what he or she did great. Here's what they need to work on. And then, of course, any opportunities you have, or any, like, for example, if you want to do a shooting challenge, right, in the off season, have that ready and ready to share as well. So what is on that post-season evaluation for your parents?
So for the parents to read about
and the kids,
the player,
and the parents kids. and the kids, of course, to get better. Yep.
So I think you got to break it up into different skill sets. When I used to do these, I used to have strengths and I forgot the exact wording. It wasn't weaknesses. It was like skill development kind of things or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording I used to have, but I would always start the sheet with positives, Sally does this well. Okay. And then we'll have points at which they can improve on them, and then points that they have to get better at. Maybe they're not great free throw shooters, so here's free throw shooting. And then usually what I do is I would always put some things that they could do on there. Like, so I not only talk about strengths and things that they necessarily have to get better at, that, improvement areas, but I would also give them ways to do it. So I wouldn't just say you got to become a better free throw shooter. I would say, here's how you can become a better free throw shooter. Work on your routine, work on this, shoot these, do this. I would give them specifics that would help them do that. And then I'd say and then we would try to come up with a plan about, like, how are you going to do this? How many days a week? So I would literally try to come up with not necessarily a workout, but I would usually sit with the parents too and say, all right, if they want to do this, let's come up with a plan. How can they do this? Where is their time to do this? Do you have your own basket? Is there a park close by? Blah, 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 blah. To try to give them the tools to go out and do it, not only the recommendations, but the tools. Some things they couldn't work on because some would have been maybe help side defense, or I don't know, some other things, but a lot of it.
But it's something good to highlight, even if it's not a team. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or if it's a team exercise that they need to improve upon. Would you use the same evaluation sheet that you use to evaluate the players on day one?
No, it was a little different in the sense that it was a little bit more like, no, is the quickest answer is no, they would be different. Though the initial evaluation was kind of ranking skill sets. After you've seen them for a while, you know the specific things. Like I'm not, and I'm also on that initial one, not giving them ways to improve, ways to get better. I'd wanted to do that for sure.
And are you looking at are you using that day one evaluation sheet when you're picking your teams and the notes you have on there and where they're strong and where they can improve? And then also, I know it's a lot more work, but then comparing that to, you got better in this category. You started here on day one and now you're here. You went from a 1 to a 4.
For sure. And it's like, and then I would keep it from year to year. So again, this is it's a little different. I tend to be a little bit more straightforward with my high school kids and with my youth kids as far as where you are in the pecking order, that kind of stuff. This is more, it's a developmental
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm really trying to develop them. And some of them, it was just keeping their emotions in check and not getting mad with fouls. And there were some other things that for sure I was discussing rather than necessarily always talking about, anyway, it wasn't always X's and O's or basketball related. Sometimes it was, but
not always. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. That is one area I think at the youth level I need to do a better job on and to provide, because I think it is extremely helpful for a lot of those players who are, they do want to get better, right? They love basketball and they want to know, it always comes to how can I get more playing time, right? If they're not playing, and then those evals really help in the postseason, give parents an idea of where their child is at. Maybe, and hopefully, you build trust with the parents that it's, they trust the evaluation.
Right.
Which, again, we always have we always see our kids through rose-colored glasses. Let's put it that way.
We do.
Right. For the most part. And we
part.
want them to succeed, and we don't, of course, right? And there comes a time, though, that, not that we want to talk about, and this is not what the focus of the podcast is, though. We just had situations where it's like, where parents are chasing name brand teams.
Well, they're chasing their own dreams rather than the kids' dreams too. But that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But these evaluations help, and I think it's important to do them. It provides information as long as they're done in a constructive way. No,
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Anything else with evals that you do? I mean, I personally think it's important for not only the student or the player, but the parents to be involved, because I want them all to hear. It's I don't really love this comparison, but it's kind of like a parent-teacher conference.
It is, yeah.
It is.
Totally,
it's like, here we go. And, we got to work on our multiplication tables a little bit. Well, it's the same thing. They tend to, at least the student athlete tends to be a little bit more focused in the postseason basketball one than they do maybe sometimes in the parent-teacher conference when you're talking about social studies or math class. Right, because they love it. They want to do well. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I don't think we want to sit down. I mean, again, if you're talking about a youth AAU team, I don't think we're advocating necessarily even if it's your grade school team, doesn't matter, CYO team, YMCA. But I just think something just to, strengths, areas of improvement. Right. And maybe something nice to say. They can be informal too. Not all mine were formal. They can be very informal. Like, hey, they come to pick them up. I gave them this, and we highlighted these couple things. If you want to talk about it more, we can. I mean, again, your team's better than we do, but it can kind of fall into that window for sure.
And I think that if CYO or grade school might be a little bit different, but if you're an AAU operator, those evaluations might be a welcome thing to retain players as well.
Yeah, so, I agree. All right. Anything else, Coach?
Yeah, coaches, go check out gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Film don't lie. GC will help with that. You can see game breakdowns. You can take stats to make these evaluations a lot easier at the end of the year. You can show, all kinds of information about your player, areas of improvement in there as well in those stats. So gc.com/coaching youth hoops.
All right, till next week. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe, like, jump up and down, review, do whatever you got to do. Also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $9.99. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.